Wonjoku Girl Hour.
Happy New Year and welcome to another episode of Wonjoku Girl Hour, where we talk fashion trends and those things around us that keep life going. I'm your host, Wonjoku Girl. We know that this is the period of the year that people make so many New Year resolutions. Some have plans of how the year is going to look like. Where that is time, also, there are some people who spend their time regretting, thinking of the things they had to do and the things they never had to do. So this episode, Purposeful Talk, we are going to talk about regret. Regret is that negative thoughts that you had to do something and you didn't do it, or you never had to do something in a particular way. That is, you feel that there are things that you did that were wrong and they hurt others, as well as there are things that you were supposed to do which were your responsibility and you didn't do them. So on this episode, we are going to give you some tips on how to manage this situation, because regret comes with a lot of physical and emotional torture. It can give you headaches, it can give you a depression, it can make you anxious, as well as make you unable to live a healthy and prosperous life. But before that, we want to tell you the consequences of regret. When you practice regret as a habit, it's going to steal your joy or your happiness. It's going to make you to feel sad all the time. You don't think about how you are going to improve in your life, how you're going to do new things, how you're going to explore. You just spend your time living in the past, of which it is not possible to go back to the past. You'll just be fooling yourself, thinking that, no, if I had the opportunity to go back, I would have done this, of which living in the past, as we earlier said, is impossible. Next thing that regret does to you is that it steals your joy of the present. You spend your time wondering, remembering things that had passed, things that you had done, things that you were not supposed to do, rather than focusing on the moments, because your present is very important. It's the present that will help you to build the future. So if you spend your time thinking only of the past, you will not be thinking of the future, and as well you will not enjoy the present, because there are so many things that happen around us. You have people who will be even talking to you, you have people who will like be celebrating with you, but you will not pay any attention at the moment. Makes us feel anxious, makes us feel depressed, which goes a long way to steal our joy and make us behave poorly towards the people who are around us. So we are going to have a break, and when we come back, we are just going to continue with the tips on how to manage this situation.
Wonjoku Girl Hour.
Welcome back. If you're just joining me, this is Wonjoku Girl Hour, and we have been talking about the impacts of regret. As we have earlier said, regret is that negative self-feeling of things that you had done wrong in the past, or things that you were supposed to do in the past that you didn't do. So we are just going to dive into the tips on how to manage the situation. The first tip is that you need to always be in the present. Try as much as possible to think of, just like try to be present in what is happening. Try to love what you are doing. Try to look at the people around you and all the contributions that they are making to improve on your life. Apologize to the people you think you have hurt in the past. You can as well apologize to yourself, because you must have hurt yourself in the past. You can write an apology letter, as well as you can go physical, meet the people one-on-one and tell them you're sorry, you never meant to do this, so as to be able to move forward with your life. The other thing you can do in order to avoid regretting too much is to have a plan of each day. When you wake up, try to make an outline of all the activities you are going to carry out on that day, as this will help you to be able to forget about the things that you have done wrong in the past and also improve on yourself. Then another tip that you can use to avoid regretting too much is to focus on the future. Try to spend time thinking of new things, new adventures, new achievements, new activities that you can also carry out. And this brings us to our next tip, which says develop new hobbies. If you like football, you like handball, you like running, you can just try to engage in those activities, as this will go a long way to make you to be occupied and not spend all your time regretting or thinking of the past. And the most important thing that you can also do is to be compassionate with yourself. Try as much as possible to treat yourself the way you would treat someone might have found him or herself in that type of situation. The next thing you can do is to be empathetic with yourself. Try to put yourself in a very positive position, encourage yourself, motivate yourself the same way you would have done to someone else. Another thing you can do is to seek mental health counseling. When you've practiced all these tips and it doesn't work for you, it's advisable you seek a mental health counselor who have other therapies and other things to propose for you in order to overcome or to better manage this situation of regret. Remember to be compassionate with yourself and don't you let yourself down. I hope these tips that we have given on this episode of our purposeful talk on Wonjoku Girl are going to go a long way to help us to have a healthy and amazing life during this year 2023 and beyond. But don't go anywhere, as I'll be back with our fruity twisty and our fashion trend of the day.
Fruity Twisty.
Fruits are very important to our diet as well as to our skin. That is why on each episode of Wonjoku Girl Hour, we come up with a particular fruit and give you some tips on how you can use these fruits to better manage your skin and your diet.
Today we're going to talk about lemon. Lemon is mostly used in a number of skincare products, from anti-acne creams to anti-aging lotions, and these citrus fruits can prevent numerous skin issues. It should interest us to know that lemons are rich in vitamin C that can help to reduce signs of aging, reduce hyperpigmentation and scarring. Lemon is also a natural bleaching agent, as it helps to reduce sun damage and tan. How to use lemon to achieve the favorable outcome for your diet and for your skin. For your diet, lemon juice water with a teaspoon of honey added to it should be the first thing you drink in the morning. For sun damage, you can add freshly squeezed lemon juice to a teaspoon of sugar and mix. Rub it onto the affected areas and leave it on for 10 minutes. Then you wash off with cold water. Note that you do not need to scrub your skin too hard to prevent it from getting dry. For puffy eyes and dark circles, mix 1 teaspoon of lemon juice with 1 teaspoon of milk. Gently apply to your eye or your under eye. Make sure you do not allow the ingredients to enter your eyes to prevent burning. Leave on for 10 minutes and rinse off with cold water. For pigmentation, if you have oily skin, apply lemon juice alone to your affected areas as recommended, and if your skin is dry, mix a few drops of lemon juice with some coconut oil. Then for acne scars, mix lemon juice with rose water. You can get rose water from the shop and dab it gently on your skin using a cotton ball. Then you rinse off after 10 minutes. Fashion trend of the day.
We know that fashion is something we cannot do without checking the runway, checking the streets, as well as checking our wardrobes. We can find everything that we need to be fashionable. As we put on our clothes each and every day, that's fashion. Fashion is just a way of expressing how you feel, because you dress according to the way you feel on that day. That is why on this episode we are going to talk about an amazing outfit, an amazing trend that is out there making waves in our runway as well as in our wardrobe.
Do you own a crochet set, or you still intend to get one this year? The crochet set of the 70s fashion are still a blowing fashion trend this year. We find them in beach wears or swimwears. They can be in skirts and shirts, hats or caps plus scarf, and the brightly colored crochet stand out. And according to some fashionistas, the purchase of crochet clothing have risen, especially for crochet dresses and sets. It might interest you to know that men can have these crochet sets by simply matching out their scarf and their hats with same color, as this will go a long way to make them look fashionable as well as show that they are following up this amazing and ever trusted of fashion trend. You can find people in the runway as well as on the streets having this crochet set.
Hope you enjoyed everything we put together for you on this episode of Wonjoku Girl Hour. Remember, we'll be back next week, Saturday, with another interesting and amazing episode just for you. I've been your host, Wonjoku Girl. Till we meet again next time, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wonjoku Girl Hour, and follow each and every episode on our Facebook page, Wonjoku Girl. Till we meet again, bye bye.